The time we have a wonderful, wonderful Tom Brokaw impersonator on our program.
Love him.
Yep. Dave Sposito is his real name.
From up in Spokane, Washington. He's a radio guy and a friend of ours.
We just call him Tom. Hey, morning, Tom.
Yes, good morning.
He's always ready to go.
He scares me every time.
Always got the voice going. Do you ever talk to your wife that way, by the way, Dave?
No.
All right, fine. We have some 1-900 numbers.
Excuse me?
That we have pulled from a magazine.
We continue with our theme this hour. We're into a new hour now, of course, fun with psychics. What would happen if NBC anchorman Tom Brokaw were to call a 1-900 psychic line for a reading?
Yep, you got to ask yourself that question.
Can you imagine?
What would happen? So we're going to try it right now.
With any luck, we'll get LaToya.
I think they let her go.
Welcome to my psychic network. The cost of this call is $3.99 per minute. You must be 18 or older, or have the permission of a parent or legal guardian to make this call for entertainment only. Billing begins in 5 seconds after you hear a tone. If you do not wish to be billed, please hang up now. If you are calling from a touch-tone phone, press 1 now. If you know the extension number of the psychic you'd like to speak to, press 1 now. To hear a brief description of each psychic that is currently available,
Let's do that.
press 2 now. The following are the names, descriptions, and extensions of psychics currently available. To connect with a psychic, press the star key during or immediately after the message of the psychic you wish to speak with. To skip any listing that doesn't interest you, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 0. Hi, this is Elvita. My extension is 1462. Punch the star key. You can talk to me. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Tara, clairvoyant, love, and a friend, and a counselor. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Ciao, ciao, babe.
Elvita.
Velveeta, I think it was.
Elvita.
Hello, this is Crystal at extension 1502, and I have been reading the tarot cards for over 16 years. I also use the pendulum, am intuitive, and can help you find solutions in your day-to-day challenges. To speak with me, please press...
She's boring.
Hello, I'm Lauren.
That's it right there. That's it. We're going with Lauren.
We have an exciting new club. Ask your psychic how you can become a member. Please hold while we connect your call.
Lauren.
Here we go, Tom.
Hello, this is Lauren.
Good morning. You've reached the LaToya Jackson Psychic Network. I'm extension 1201. My name is Lauren. May I help you?
Lauren?
That's right. We have a terrible line, don't we?
Yes, we do. I'm having a terrible time hearing you. I can't go into a whole lot of detail, but my name is Tom. I live in New York City.
T-O-H-M? T-O-M.
T-O-M.
Is that as it is on your birth certificate?
Yes, it is.
When's your birthday, Tom?
My birthday is February 6th.
And the year?
The year I was born is 1948.
So you're currently 52.
Yes, I am.
Okay. How can I help you?
Well, listen, I have a high-profile job here in New York City, and I do have a contract coming up very soon. And what I'm hoping to do is to parlay that into something like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show with Regis Philbin.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Okay, he had a regular show, and then he had that other show that made him millions of dollars. And I am hoping for something like that. How do you see me progressing along those lines?
Well, I'm not sure. Right now, by the way, I will tell you this. Right now, you are in a period where you have the wherewithal to really get things done.
Oh, that's good.
The power for really getting things done is with you until the 30th of March every year.
Yeah,
you're in a period of time where if you're going to get it done, this is the time to work on it.
I've always felt like that because February is a sweep time for me. Oh, never mind. February is always a good month for me, and so
it should be. March should be also. Now, you do have a Power Day coming up a month from now on the 8th of April.
A Power Day?
Yeah, it's a 1 day, and the energy maybe lap over into the 9th.
You know, I think I have an interview with the president. I think I have an interview that day.
Well, if you do, that's... Again, be realistic, but it's a day when you really ought to be able to get things to move in your direction.
That is wonderful news. Wonderful news.
I'm looking to see where things are in your life, and from what I can see, once you make up your mind about things, you don't readily change your mind. You're good at sizing up people. You get along with people of any age. You have the ability to administer things, and you probably wish that everybody would put things away when they're through using them.
You know, that is so true. Sometimes when I come on the set, some people will leave, like, pens or papers scattered all over my desk, and it is very hard to read the nightly news when I have to go through all of that.
Yeah.
Are you a TV performer then?
Well, just between you and me, yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
I
live in Nashville, Tennessee, so I really don't have much awareness of what's going on in New York unless you're actually on the network.
Yes, I am on the network.
Okay.
Yes, and I would appreciate if this would be just between you and me because
okay.
As you might know, I have I would have a lot to lose if something like this got out. That Tom Brokaw from NBC Nightly News is calling psychics. I think that wouldn't play well with the American public.
Well, may I tell you this first time? I'm a numerologist. I'm not a psychic. I work for the Psychic Network.
Well, that's even better.
But right now, Tom, looking at your life path number, which is 3, it says from age 52 to 56, you're in a 4-year period where the energies are very much working in your favor.
Right.
You've been in a neutral mode for the last 6 years, but now you're moving into a 4-year period where the forces should be very much in your favor.
You know, I feel a force with me.
Yeah. By the way, Tom, you said it's your first name on your birth certificate. Do you have a middle name?
To be honest, and you sound like a very nice person, but I do not want to give that out.
Okay. I don't have enough information to tell you much more than what you have told me then.
Okay. Well, I should probably keep it that way.
From what I can see here, the next 4 years should be very workable for you.
Let me ask you this question, and again, this is totally off the record. If I was to sort of play around a little bit, and there are several very young, attractive reporters we have working at the network, what names do you see me having a good connection with?
My tools aren't very strong on helping you in that respect. But first of all, since you're born on a 6th day,
yes,
you're able to get along with anybody of any age and almost anybody.
Except for that bastard Dan Rather. If you know what I mean.
Well, again, I'm sorry, I don't know enough about you and how he and you get along to be able to make much observation.
No, he is a rotten human being, and we've never got along at all. So.
Well, I'll tell you what usually... Here's the thing that some people do when they're dealing with people that they have discomfort working with. Have you ever... You know what color salmon color is, don't you?
Salmon.
You know, the salmon color?
Right.
A sort of a pinkish orange?
Right.
Well, if you can imagine yourself viewing the people that you're dealing with through that color of glasses, you may be able to get along with them better than you usually do.
Sometimes when I picture Dan Rather, it's I see what you're saying because I'll look at him sometimes and he looks like a giant fish.
Okay, well, you can if you want to. But you are, sir, you are coming into what we call a 1 personal year, and it's a year where a lot of things of the past have been being pushed out in the last year, and now it's time for new things to start coming in.
Yeah. Speaking of pushing things out, I better get going.
But there is an energy, Tom, between the 1st of April and the 1st of July, where you may find yourself winding up a lot of the things of the past, and especially starting a lot of new things after the 1st of July.
That's wonderful news. Listen, one other question, and again, this is just between you and me. When I do the news and people just see me, from the chest up, so to speak, I usually wear sweatpants or shorts, and sometimes I don't wear any pants at all. Do any of my coworkers have a problem with that? They won't tell me because of my powerful position there, but I do get the feeling sometimes that they are sort of making jokes behind my back. What do you know about that?
Well, maybe you ought to figure out how to wear something that is less amusing.
Okay.
I don't know. I can understand why you're just trying to be comfortable, aren't you?
Exactly. And then
find some garment that is has a little better coverage, perhaps.
Okay. Something that would cover up the back, then.
Of course.
Okay, I understand.
But find a comfortable chair, whatever you do.
Yeah. Well, no. I sometimes, when I don't wear pants, my butt and my legs will actually stick to the chair, and that's very uncomfortable.
Well, you might as well wear something comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think you're doing a wonderful job there. Keep up the good work. And,
well, likewise. And again, remember now, this power for really making changes and setting new things in motion is with you up to the end of
July 1st.
Okay, very good.
Now you'll have a power day on the 8th of April. You'll also have a power day on the 8th of June.
Sure, yeah.
8th of June.
And there's a period of high energy mid-year for you that always begins on the 2nd of September and goes to the 25th of October.
Yes.
And you also have a power day on the 8th of October in that period.
Goodness.
Okay.
A lot of power days.
Thank you very much. I really need to go. I have an interview with the president of Mogadishu here coming up. Well, I need to get right to that.
Well, may your efforts to find new venues thrive.
Yes, please keep this call anonymous, please.
Of course I will.
Okay, and tonight on the Nightly News, when I say good evening, that'll be my special sign to you.
Well, thank you. I rarely watch it because I'm doing other things at that period of the day.
You don't watch my news?
No, I'm sorry I don't. Thank you very much, and may things go very well for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
He said, screw you then. Mr. Dave Sposito, the world's greatest Tom Brokaw impersonator from Spokane, Washington. The zoo up in Spokane, Washington radio.
Oh, that was so funny. So hysterical.
Here's the Brokaw song on the Steve and DC show. You don't watch me? Well, screw you then.
He's got a lot of power days coming up. Yeah. April 8th.
Check this song out.
October 8th.
Check it out.
We've all seen the man in the anchor chair reading you the news. The hair on his head is pretty, well coiffed, and full of mousse. You ask that man why he's there with bright lights in his eyes. I'm paid to read out loud, and I'm proud, is all he'll reply. God forbid you'd ever have to walk a mile in his shoes. Because then you really might know what it's like to read the news.
Oh, yeah.
Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. What it's like. What it's like. What it's like. Then you really might know what it's like.
What it's like.
Well, Connie got teamed with a man named Dan because his ratings sucked. They said, don't worry about a thing, Miss Chung. It's the job you've been dreaming of. But 3 months later, they started to hate her and she got canned. They say they heard her shout, I may be out, but you're still stuck with Dan. And I compete with Pete Jennings, but you know I'm winning. Watch me shoot and score. Matt Lauer's a rookie, Katie Couric's a looker, and Dan Rather's a bore. God forbid you'd ever have to walk a mile in his shoes. Because then you really might know what it's like to read the news. Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like. Then you really might know what it's like.
There he is, Tom Brokaw, and what it's like to read the news.
You will never be able to watch him again the same way, just knowing he's naked sitting on that chair stuck to the seat.
That was hysterical.